Do you have irregular periods, or you struggle with acne or excessive hair growth? You might be dealing with something that many women struggle and ignore: Polycystic Ovary Syndrome, or PCOS. It's more common than you think, yet a lot of women don't even know they have it. And trust me, many women completely miss the most obvious sign. Today, I'm going to break it down for you, and by the end, you will know exactly what to look out for. Let's discuss it. PCOS is a hormonal disorder that affects women of reproductive age. It can cause a range of issues, from irregular periods to trouble with getting pregnant. The good news is treatable, but it's important to recognize the signs early. So, what are the signs of PCOS? Well, I'm going to mention 7 key things you should look out for. 1. Irregular periods. If your cycle is all over the place, sometimes you skip months, other times you bleed non-stop, that's a red flag. I've had a patient, her name is Sarah, who thought her irregular periods were just normal for her body. But once she realized that that wasn't the case, she got the help she needed and finally got things back on track. Sign number 2, heavy bleeding. When you actually see your period, do you bleed more than usual? If you are soaking through pads or tampons every hour, that's not just a heavy period, it could be a sign of PCOS. A friend of mine used to complain about how heavy her flow was, and she learned this was due to hormonal imbalance linked with PCOS. Sign number 3, acne and oily skin. Do you find acne popping up in places you have never had it before? PCOS often triggers an increase in male hormones, leading to oily skin and breakouts, especially on the chin, jawline, and upper back. I've seen this with many young women. Sometimes they think it's just a teenage thing, but it's worth looking deeper. Sign number 4, excess hair growth. Now, here is the one many women ignore: excess hair growth. If you are growing hair on the face, chest, or even your back, it could be a sign of PCOS. I remember a client who had started noticing more hair on her upper lip, but she brushed it off until one day she couldn't ignore it anymore. Excessive facial hair, especially in women, can be a big sign. Sign number 5, thinning hair or hair loss. On the flip side, some women experience thinning hair on their scalp. If you're noticing your hair isn't as full as it used to be, or you are seeing more hair in your hairbrush than usual, it might be time to check if you have PCOS. Sign number 6, weight gain or difficulty in losing weight. PCOS can affect your metabolism. If you are gaining weight around your tummy, lower abdomen, or you can't just lose extra weight you have added when you try, it could be related to this condition. I had a patient, Jane, who felt frustrated for years trying different diets and workouts. She had no idea that PCOS was making it harder for her to shed those pounds. Sign number 7, infertility or difficulty in getting pregnant. PCOS is one of the leading causes of infertility. If you have been struggling to get pregnant, this could be why. One of my close friends, Mary, had been trying for years before she realized her irregular cycles and weight issues were a sign of PCOS. Once diagnosed, she worked with a doctor and eventually had her baby. What you should do? So, what should you do if you have noticed all these signs? First, don't panic. PCOS is manageable. You need to consult with a doctor to get a proper diagnosis. But in the meantime, focus on maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Eat balanced meals. Avoid foods that spike up your insulin levels like processed sugars. Exercise regularly. Even light activities like walking can help regulate your hormone. Track your cycle. If it's irregular, note the dates and share them with your doctor. Reduce stress. High levels of stress can make PCOS symptoms worse. My final warning: PCOS doesn't just affect your reproductive health, it can lead to more serious conditions like diabetes, heart disease. But if you can catch it early and take control, you can manage the symptoms and live a healthy life. If you have noticed any of these signs, don't ignore them. Schedule an appointment with your doctor today. And if you found this information helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone you care about who may be going through this silently. And remember, knowledge is power. Let's take charge of our health together. I will see you in the next video.